What's happening, YouTube? I'm Transient. Welcome to my channel. As always, we are playing Watcher of Realms. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. So, my dear friends, why have I requested your presence today? Guys, it's to answer the question that we often have to answer, which is, should you summon? Guys, we are still in the anniversary, but I do believe this is basically the end. This weekend is the end of the anniversary. And so what have they got for us? Guys, we have 3 banners. We have the exclusive lucky pick, which one could argue is the pièce de résistance of this weekend, when we get to choose from all the limited heroes except for Lady Mina and Kanan. Lady Mina because she is a Dracula collab, and Kanan because we literally just had it. So there's that banner. Then we've got a pretty awesome banner. Why? Because Nazar is on it. Nazar on any banner is a fantastic banner. So you got Nazar, and then we got the new hero Corvin. Now, from what I've seen, Corvin doesn't appear to be especially groundbreaking or particularly great. However, that could be because he has not joined what everyone believes to be the new faction. And it's very possible, if I had to guess, the fact that, who was it who did a video? Chatty. Yeah, Chatty did a video where he asked the devs about improving or buffing this hero or whatever, and apparently they said no, they feel that he's good where he is and so on. And the fact that for the content that Chatty tested him on, he wasn't very good, leads me to think that's probably not what they've put him in the game for. So we don't know what the if he is going to be in the new faction. We don't know what the new faction lord's lord bonus would be. So technically we don't actually know what his basically, we don't know. I know what the phrase is. He's not in his final form. There we go. So all you anime fans should know what that means. So he's not in his final form. So that is something to consider. So we've got that banner, and then finally we have the first ancient summoning banner with just one hero on it, and that hero is Khadgrim. Khadgrim is literally the best tank in the game, at least for tanking. He is basically unkillable. He is fantastic. So, the first one, exclusive lucky pick. We all should be taking advantage of this. To be honest, guys, I'm also working on something in the background. Unfortunately, it's taking slightly longer than I wanted, so it's not coming out in time for this weekend. But it'll be around. I'm going to sort it out and get it sorted, but for the next one. But exclusive lucky pick. The thing is, there's a lot of videos going around about who you should pick, top 5, top this, top that. I'm just going to try and say this as quickly as possible. The 4, there's basically in this game, it seems to me, there are the big 4. It was the big 3. The big 3 were Wukong, Kagiri, and Diao Chan. Diao Chan was number 1 because everyone had to get at least a copy of her. Then now you get Wukong right at the start of the game if you're a brand new player, and then there's Kagiri. Kagiri is pretty much the only limited who've not had a banner rerun. Well, him and Moradin, I think. Yeah. So, and Kagiri is ridiculous. So those were the big 3 where everyone had to get them, and obviously Kagiri and Wukong, they get progressively better with awakenings, and obviously once you get them A5, they become busted. Now, with the introduction of Kanan is now, in my opinion, part of the big 4. So Kanan is part of the big 4, but we should all have at least one copy of Kanan if we're lucky, and A1 or above. So we know that is that. And depending on when you've been playing this game, everyone should have Diao Chan by now, and at least one copy of Wukong, maybe not. And I don't know, it all depends when you start this game. So basically, if you haven't got any of those 3, because obviously Kanan's just gone, if you haven't got any of the first 3, you basically need to be summoning for them. All I'm going to say is there are some notable mentions. There are 3. There is Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn because she is very good now in, if I'm not mistaken, Gear Dungeon 3, so she's brilliant, so you need to get her for that. Then you have Akira. Akira is brilliant for Matrix. If you want to get better scores in Matrix, you probably want to get your hands on a Akira. And finally, there is Moradin. Moradin is a very fantastic hero in his own right. However, he is fundamental if you have Valara and you want to make Valara even more busted by reducing her deployment cost, which is the bond bonuses she has with Moradin. So yeah, everyone else in that list, I think generally are, at least now at the moment, they're more for collection. Even though you still got your own Nora who's fantastic and so on, but Nora, she also needs to be bonded with your merits. So, but other than that, if you just had to look at it in a very quick way, those are the ones you need to focus on. Everyone else, you can play around. So it's a slightly longer conversation, but I just wanted to go through it quickly because, to be honest, I don't actually have that much time. So next banner. Then we have Corvin, and as I said, he does not appear to be extremely strong, but I do not think he's in his final form. I believe if he is going to be joining this new faction, he might play slightly differently, or maybe even slightly better. So maybe if when you are doing your lucky pick, you get a copy of Corvin, maybe don't be too upset. 1, you've collected a new hero, and 2, you at least have him in time for when the new faction comes out. Then obviously Nizar is brilliant, so if you haven't got Awakenings, maybe that's something you can try and do. Then the final banner is the Frosthammer Ancient Summoning. Now this is a tough one because usually we've been used to the whole method of summoning mainly for the Lord who appears on the banner. And this time it appears that we have only this hero. Luckily, they gave us a very good hero to start. Now, it makes me think now that this is now going to be an ongoing thing. Reason being, since they've removed all the OG lords from the Ancients and the original other Legos who could be found within Ancients, the pool of Ancients has reduced, and they don't often release brand new heroes of Ancients. So I think they're doing this for a number of reasons. 1, to limit how available Ancient Lords are for everyone. They don't want everyone getting them that quickly. So they want everyone to have to wait. And so when a Lord is coming back on, everyone goes nuts. Oh my God, the Lord's coming back. We need to spend. 2, because they have got a limited pool, they want to make it so a more regular event. So they'll go, okay, we'll just put one hero on the banner. Now, it might be a bit weird because if, for example, they put a banner of, for example, what's her name? Giselle. No one's going to summon on that. So I don't think that kind of hero is going to be on the banner alone. I think there'll be heroes like Cadgrim, Gretchen, Valara, basically the big heroes. They're the ones who will get banners on their own. So, okay. So basically, exclusive lucky pick, everyone should have 200 summons because we knew this was coming, so you should have 200 summons to try to get that. With your 200 summons, you should try and pit and manipulate if you can, and hopefully get a copy of one of these. And so yeah, now the question is, should you summon for Cadgrim? If you do not have Cadgrim and you have over 120, if you have 120 Ancients, you don't have Cadgrim, you should summon for Cadgrim. Cadgrim is ridiculous. He's so good, and he's almost future-proof because he literally can't. He basically can't be killed. I mean, obviously he can, but just put him with a healer, and he basically lives forever. He is fantastic. So Cadgrim, if you want to get a tank, you have the Ancient, he's definitely worth summoning for. Now I know we should all be aware of what's coming because we all know that the Assassin's Creed collab is around the corner. There's 2 Ancients in there, I believe, which means we need, or 2 Arbiters, so we need Ancient Summons. So, if you have enough, try to get a copy of Cadgram if you do not have him. And actually, to be honest, come to think of it, what is his A1, if I recall? So, when shielded, basic attack and inflict defense reduction on enemies. Okay. HP 1200. After casting the ultimate 2 times, enters Icy Vein state. All damage reductions 8%. And finally, the shield applied to the caster by the ultimate can stack up to 2 times, but the second stack has only half the effect. So, his awakenings are not absolutely groundbreaking, but they're cool. They're just more survivability. So you don't actually need an A1 or 2 or 3, but obviously the more awakenings you have, he's even more unkillable, for example, in GVG. But if you just need to get him, you just need 1 copy. Just 1 copy. That's it. And then you've got your Cadgram, and he will basically last you for God knows how long into the future. So, let's round that back up. We know what's coming. But we've got, I think, the anniversary coming out on the 20th of the month. So we've got 3 weeks after this weekend. So that's 3 weeks to save. That's quite a very decent amount of time. So everyone should get in, lucky pick your hero. Everyone's going to be slightly different, but I've basically rounded it all up. There's the big 4, although you can't get Kanan, so look at the big 3. If you have them all necessary, then you need to think about the other 3 who are important, which is Akira and Gwendolyn and Moradin. And then after that, take your pick. Pay to manipulate this weekend to try to get these 2. If you haven't got Nazar and you have a decent amount of summons, go for it, because Nazar is ridiculous. It took me ages to get him, and I was so happy when I got him. So I will probably try to get another copy of Nazar, to be honest. That on top of my limited. And my Cadgram on my main account, I think he's A1, so I'm going to skip this banner, which is good for me, and save for the Assassin's Creed collab. Guys, that is it. I don't want to waste any more of your time. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Guys, put in the comments what you plan to do. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, my dear friends. And as always, whatever you do, do it well. I'm Transient, and I'm out.